What is up, guys? Welcome back to Avengers. Hey, so today I'm working on that new Kilduff shifter I got a while back. If you haven't seen the video, you can check it out up there. Basically, I'm just going to be pulling off the old shifter, and then getting the new shifter installed, working on a new center console, and changing out the oil pan on the transmission. So, let's get into it. So for starters, I'm going to pull off the old crappy shifter that I made, and then I'll decide where I want to put the new shifter. I did this off camera and decided I wanted to mount the shifter at a bit of an angle forward, so I need to build a mount for the shifter to go on. These here are the materials I used for the shifter mount. Just a couple of plates of steel, some square tube. My pops wanted to help out, so he welded it together, and here you can see the super janky mount we made. If you laugh at the welds, then, well, I'll laugh with you. The metal plates were just a bit too much for our welder, but we were able to make it work. Then before fully bolting down the shifter, I want to give it a layer of black. So now that we've got the shifter mount with the coat of black on it, I'm going to go ahead and start working on the new center console. This shifter is just not going to work with the one I previously built. I went ahead and bolted the shifter to the console base so I can put it in the truck for test fitting and setting up the new cable. Along with installing the new shifter cable, I figured now is a good time to go ahead and install the new transmission oil pan. Basically, I need to be able to adjust the shifter cable correctly, and the old oil pan was leaking anyway, so this should fix that. Okay, so I've got a new aluminum oil pan for the Turbo 400. Basically, the steel one that I had on there has been leaking. I needed to take it off anyway so that I could adjust the shifter correctly.
So I went ahead and took it off. I'll need to clean up the bottom of the transmission and then basically pop this bad boy on. The kit itself, it's from Summit. It comes with a paper gasket, probably not going to use. I've got this rubbery gasket that I probably will use. I think it'll do the job a little bit better. Comes with bolts to mount it up. Comes with a longer tube for the filter that it also comes with, and then a spacer for the filter bolt. And basically that's all you need to put it in. I'll get down there, clean up the transmission, adjust the shifter, then we'll pop this thing on.
So we're going to be doing an adjustment. So you can see here we have where the shifter actually attaches to the transmission, the shifter cable. Basically, we need to make sure that it's adjusted correctly for this area to set into the center of each location. So right now it's in park. Whenever we move each gear, we want to make sure it sits in the center of these, I could call it the rooster, I don't know what it's called, but of these shifter sections. So we just want it all to line up perfectly in each gear. And if it doesn't, then we can either adjust over here or we can adjust the back side of this thing here. This has adjustment. So I'm going to get up top and I'm going to go through each gear one at a time, and I'll hop back down and examine, make sure we're looking good, and go from there. And that's off. You can see. You can see it's not sitting down all the way in there. Or at least from my angle. Shit. Could be wrong. Yeah. So you can see it definitely doesn't sit all the way down in there. Whereas if we take this out, that allows it to actually sit in there. So let's what I think I'm going to do is leave this alone, and we're going to scoot it back using this section here. Okay, we'll go to another gear and we'll try it. So I went back to park. I still don't think that's right. Well, that's gonna fucking suck. Okay, let's try that.
Yeah, I get to check these one gear at a time. Move the shifter, check the trans. Move the shifter, check the trans. Move the shifter, check the trans. Up and down, up and down, up and down. Would be great if I had some help.
Still seems good. And first, if any is going to be a problem, it's going to be first. And he doesn't look bad. Well, maybe. Say that. I don't know, it feels like it sits okay, but I feel like this shouldn't be so damn tight. We'll run it back to park, see what it does. Okay. Put it back in the bar. Okay, that's just simply not going to work there. See, the instructions say to use a center hole, but I can't, and for the life of me, figure out that it's going to work that way. Well, alright, you guys know what to do. I'll fuck with it for a while and come back to you.
And I did in fact fuck with it for a while. To be honest, I'm not super pleased with this shifter so far. It's a $360 shifter, and between them misspelling the name on the shifter cover plate and the instructions on how to install it being wrong, I feel like, you know, this should be done a little bit better. But hopefully maybe once I get it all in and installed, that I'll be able to bang gears with it and it'll be a blast, and then I'll forget about all the pain in the ass I went through right now. So I did finally get the cable fully adjusted. I did have to do some janky things like put a washer on the back side of the cable where it attached to the shifter. Sorry, I don't have any pictures or anything of that. As well as I had to use a different hole in the B&M shift lever than what the instructions that Kilduff provided said to use, because it wouldn't work with the one that they said to use, which was the hole marked C. I had to use the hole marked F on the B&M shift lever. But it is finally adjusted correctly and working, so I'm pretty happy about that. And you can see where I have the new transmission oil pan on, and everything's looking good there. Guys, I think this is where I'm actually going to end this one. I do plan to do some more work on the center console, but since I've already done a video on a center console, I didn't really want to film all of it. But I've got a new process I'm going to try, so stay tuned for that. Thanks guys so much for watching. Go ahead and leave a comment if you would. Give the video a like if you liked it, and consider subscribing if you haven't already. The community is steadily growing, and I appreciate every bit of it. Thanks, guys. And if you have interest, go ahead and check out my Instagram. Thanks, guys. Matt, outie.